Hi, my name is Heather Clausen, and I'm long-term subbing for choir right now. When students typically go through a lesson, whether it be practicing music or sight singing, we typically spend a lot of time analyzing ourselves, evaluating how we're doing so that we can improve on our lessons, on our music. But one thing that is a struggle for choir students is describing. And when we recorded our winter concert, and so today our lesson is reviewing the concert and seeing how we did and kind of describing and evaluating our performance. We are now going to watch Oh Holy Night from our winter concert. You have your critique forms in front of you. Make sure you look at all of the aspects we are evaluating. For example, balance and blend, tone quality, interpretation, even posture, so that we can describe and really interpret what's going on up there and decide, are these positives? Are these critiques? What can we learn from this?
Entire song, we didn't drop off volume. We kept steady with how you were conducting us.
The group said is that as a choir as a whole, we all did good on the crescendo on the glorious fall measure, and then keeping that that strong support throughout the rest of the song, and then following the direction. Yeah.
Conducting.
Yeah.
Yes, good.
Our balance was well, and when important parts like sopranos, we wanted to hear them, we could hear them more.
So one of the things we talked about were that the dynamics were thoroughly executed. Like throughout the whole song, we really followed the crescendos and decrescendos. And,
Sopranos, be very careful as you sing some words.
And this is how we say goodbye.
The students are learning how to draw a 1-point, 2-point, and 3-point perspective. Academic language is essential to this process. The students just started their assignment, and I'll be walking around checking for understanding. We also will do a choral response, and at the end I'll do a fist to five so that I get an understanding of how they feel about the process and what level of understanding that they have. Thank you. We're going to go over some of the academic language that we've been learning in 1-point, 2-point, and 3-point perspective. So we're going to do choral response. A line that goes like this is? Hello. Great, thank you. 2 lines that go like this are? Hello. A line that goes like this? Horizontal. Very good. The line where the ocean or land meets the sky? Horizon. Very good. All lines converge at? Okay, say it again. Vanishing point. So I want to see, everybody put your fist up. This is to help me get an understanding of your understanding of 1-point, 2-point, and 3-point perspective. So go ahead, give me a fist of 5, showing me your level of understanding. Very good. Looks like we have a lot of 5s. I see a couple of 4s. That's it. Very good. Thank you. I'll help you guys out.
Hey, I wanted to share with you guys a learning technique that I run with my students quite often. It's called a distance check, and it's a technique that I work with at home quite often when I'm working on paintings and whatnot. And I actually decided to pass it down to my students a while back, and it's worked out really well. But what they perform in a distance check is it's a form of close reading. And they're not reading from a book and then responding to it in an essay per se, but they're working with photo reference and they're drawing, right? So what they do is they take the photo reference, they take the drawing, and they see how one stacks up against the other in terms of their shape, value, form, value gradations, and whatnot. And then they notice all the things that are going well, and they pat themselves on the back for what they're doing right. And as well, they're noticing the things that need to be improved, and then they take that, they project what they need to improve, and take it back to the tables, work on it, and then come back out for another distance check to confirm that they fixed those things. So once they get that, if they didn't, they go back to the drawing board and fix it and come back again. And it's just a process that keeps on going all the way till completion. It's an awesome process. It works out well. And like I said, I use it, and my best students use it most. So Emiliano, what I'd like for you to do is to set up your distance check by setting that on the ground, stand up about 7 feet away, of course holding your picture in hand. Alright, so let's go ahead and set up.
Alright, so I've fixed the layout of the hand and moved it a bit to the side. I've also increased the size on it. And since I only had a brief period of time to really add things to it, it doesn't really have lots of detail, but things have been changed. Like there's less dead space, like right here and here. That would be all dead space.
Hi, my name is Matt Brewer. For those of you that don't know me, I'm the ceramics teacher here at Santiago High School. I'm presently teaching my students how to make Greek vessels. I showed them examples of Greek vessels. I've also shown them a video of a master ongi maker. It's a Korean vessel. And through Wicker, I'm using the process to teach my students how to create these vessels and also learn about the historical and cultural context. The two things they're doing presently are they're collaborating, they're working in groups of 2 or 3, and they're doing close reading. So they're reading the vessel, they're looking at it and assessing the curves, assessing the symmetry of the vessel. So those are the two things you see them doing presently within Wicker. Thank you. Okay. So when you guys have the handles ready, once you've put the curves in it and it has all of the shape that you need to give it, and they're both identical, Abraham, you're going to put them up here and you'll stand here and hold them in place, okay? And then Ariana is going to stand back about 5 or 6 feet for a distance check. She'll stand back and give you instructions. You listen to those instructions, you make the adjustments. Once you guys have them in place, you mark out where they're going to go and then you can attach them. Sound good?
Yeah.
So you know what to do? You know what to do?
Yeah.
Excellent.
I feel like you should have the tip of the handle closer into the shoulder more instead of the lip.
Like that?
Maybe just a little bit lower.
And what do you think about the curve of the handle to the shoulder?
I feel like the curve, it should be more of like a circular shape instead of an ovalish.
Like that?
No, like if you go down here more and just fix this up here so it's more of a circle. That seems better.
Hey everyone, this is Kent. I teach instrumental music, and today I'd like to feature my string orchestra and show you how we go about evaluating our work using academic language. So what you'll see in this video is what we do on a daily basis. But what you will notice is the minute the student pick up their instrument and produce a sound, we, the orchestra, and I, as a teacher, can immediately give a formative assessment using academic language. And finally, at the end of the video, what we do to provide a summative assessment for the students is we record our performance and we listen to it very critically, okay? And students will then evaluate by writing a paragraph using the academic language that we provide for them, okay? And that's how we use academic language in our classroom. Good. What's happening on measure 4 that we did not do? Somebody? A decrescendo. Okay. So make sure we do that. And then measure 13. There's something that's happening on measure 13 that we did not do. Somebody. What's that? Staccato, which is what? Short. Short and detached, right? And then there's something that happens with dynamics that we did not do. Forte, yes. Which is what? Louder. Loud and strong. Okay, so here we go. One time. 1, 2, 5.
Students learn skills from studying the arts. They serve as a reminder that the arts, while important to study for their intrinsic value, also promote skills seen as important in academic and life success. Some of the areas that are addressed are creativity, confidence, problem solving, perseverance, focus, nonverbal communication, receiving constructive feedback, collaboration, dedication, and accountability. This has been an academic language presentation brought to you by the Visual and Performing Arts at Santiago High School. Filming and editing done by the Santiago Film Crew, YFMS.